Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. We go with Billy Embody today on the Jim's Firearms Hotline. Billy, how are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing quite well. Obviously, LSU in the throes of spring practice, but also busy hosting a lot of visitors, I understand it. Let's talk running back first. Harlem Berry already in this class as a commitment. We know that James Simon from up in Shreveport is also a target for LSU. How does that dynamic work with both of them?
Yeah, I mean this is where you want to be if you're LSU. You've got Harlem Berry committed. He's back on campus, the 5-star running back, number one running back in the country, and he's been locked in. And now you've got Frank Wilson over the next 36 hours, really pushing for James Simon once again, the Shreveport area standout to jump on board. And for him, he's somebody that has been long on LSU's radar and somebody that they've been in a good spot for, but he does have a bunch of spring visits laid out. And so the goal for LSU right now with this 2-day visit that started on Sunday is to continue to reiterate you're a priority. We've got a spot for you. We want you. This is a good combination between you and Harlem Berry to, potentially be that 2025 combo for this program. And, this is that time of year where we've seen some Louisiana guys pop in the past. And, we've seen it with guys like Devin Harper and Harlem Berry and Keelan Moses committing early. If they could find a way to get James Simon to jump on board this early, that would be huge, huge news for LSU.
Can you speak to the running styles of both Harlem Berry and James Simon and kind of what they look like?
Yeah, Harlem is extremely fast. I mean, he is one of the fastest running backs in the entire country, just a true playmaker. Our On3 national recruiting rankings team has likened his game to a Jamal Charles, but they've also loosely thrown out a little bit of a Reggie Bush style of running back. So whenever you're in that type of conversation, you've obviously got a lot of tools that you bring to the table. And then with James, I really kind of liken him to a little bit of like a Ty Davis Price. He's got a little bit more thunder to his game, a little bit of physicality, and he's really polished. He's got great vision. I think what he's been able to do at Calvary Baptist has really been impressive every time I've seen him live, which has been a few times now, actually. He's had multiple touchdowns, broke a big run, been able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And this fall, when I saw him had a big game, he had either like a broken wrist or broken hand, so he was still producing even through that. So he's a little bit more of the thunder complement to Harlem Berry if they can get him on board, but he's still got some speed that you want in that backfield too.
Brad Davis has just done an incredible job with his position group since arriving on campus a couple years ago, and they're not slowing down. Carius Curne, Micah DeBose, a couple of guys that they are pursuing. What can you tell us about those two guys and where LSU may stand on the offensive line with them?
Yeah, Brad Davis, I wrote a story that dropped this weekend about how he's been able to do it, and guys like Emory Jones, DJ Chester, Weston Davis weighing in on his recruiting style and building those relationships. And with Carius Curne, I mean, he's somebody that is committed to Arkansas. He's from Arkansas, but they're continuing to put the heat on him and got him back for a campus visit. And so whenever you bring in a guy like him, they brought in Solomon Thomas, Florida State commit, who's one of the best offensive linemen in the country. And on top of that, Micah DeBose was there as well. You've got 3 offensive linemen committed already in Tyler Miller, Brett Borlon, and Devin Harper. But could you go out and continue to add to that with quality guys like Carius Curne, Micah DeBose, Solomon Thomas? That just shows that Brad Davis is continuing to turn over just about every single stone on the national recruiting front and doing a good job of it. I mean, he's got them right in the thick of it now for all of those guys. I would say Micah DeBose is somebody that we've been watching pretty closely for him to potentially make a decision. He's told us that it's crossed his mind that he's ready to make another commitment, and LSU's got a lot of momentum there. But Brad Davis just continues to get it done. He's really, really impressive with what he's been able to do with all the guys he's recruiting and managing that room and building it up for years to come.
We know Corey Raymond spent a lot of time reeling in high-profile defensive backs in his first stint at LSU. Now back, and I'm looking across at some of the targets here in the defensive backfield. And Anquan Fagans is one that's interesting to me, a top 5 safety by On3. But he's from the state of Alabama, and that's just not a place where LSU or anyone could have a lot of success while Nick Saban was ruling there. Do we think that there may be a way to get back into that state now that he's moved on?
Yeah, I think so. LSU's done a good job with a guy like Anthony Jones, the number 1 edge, or top 5 edge now, I think, prospect in the country for the class of 2026. He's been a constant visitor to LSU. Yeah, he's the number 1 edge on the On3 industry ranking, and he's shown a lot of interest. And now that that state theoretically is a little bit more open without Nick Saban at the helm. That's a good thing for LSU. They've also hosted Shadarius Tootle, who, besides being a top 5 name type of prospect, he's the number 2 linebacker in the country as well, and he's from the state of Alabama. He was just on campus. Anquan Fagans is out of the state of Alabama, and he's a top 100 prospect that LSU is really working hard at, trying to get him on board. And Corey Raymond also had Fahim Delane on campus. He's out of the DMV area in Maryland, but he's also a top 100 safety prospect. So, I mean, Corey Raymond continues to make a good push there for those 2 guys, along with Jake Olson. But, LSU is kicking that tire pretty good on the state of Alabama now that it's a little bit more open.
And come back on the home front. DK Mays from right here in Central is a guy that the staff had to campus this weekend. What can you tell us about the possibility of him getting an offer?
Yeah, I think his junior season was a really good one. That definitely, you saw that with the offers that rolled in. He's just kind of stacked up some quality offers, and LSU is going to continue to evaluate him throughout the spring and maybe into the summer as well. And he's kind of fits the mold of honestly what this defensive line coach Bo Davis is really looking for in some of the top guys that he pursues, which he doesn't necessarily care that they're maybe on the 6'2", 6'3" side. If they can produce, if they can make plays, he'll offer him. He's not afraid of that. They had Kevin Otis, kind of a sawed-off defensive tackle on campus, a 4-star over the weekend as well. And so it's not out of the question to see DK Mays out of Central pick up an offer at some point. He's set an official visit to Tulane as well, and he's going to go visit Houston. So he's got some programs after him, and LSU's keeping close tabs there.
Billy, we really appreciate some time. Thanks, man. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.